Keeping the schedule full. When it is not full, dentists just like me cry inside. And on Talking Nachos, we feature amazing sponsors who help you do three things: increase success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside. I have an amazing guest with me today. Would you share with us who you are and what you do to help dentists cry less inside?
Thank you, Paul. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Aditi Agarwal. I'm a dentist like Paul, and I also am a founder or co-founder of a dental software company called Practice by Numbers.
I love it.
We uh, we do a lot of different things in the dental office to help us dentists really focus on working with our patients and not reducing our stress so that
I
we're
like that.
not constantly thinking about all the stuff that is going on in the front office while we're doing our magic in the patient's back.
Yeah, I like that magic, tooth magic. So tell me automating the schedule. So as someone whose amazing dad was a dentist, as a kid, we would drive into the office and we would look at the big schedule book. And someone would cancel Mrs. Smith and he would erase her in the schedule book. And now we have an opening, which could be lost revenue, people sitting around. So automating your schedule such that tell us how practice by numbers. And people can text PBN to 215-543-6454 to get our amazing Nacho sponsor deal. But let's drill into, pun intended, with two dentists, how you help automate online scheduling.
All right, let's talk about it. This is something that I know a lot of people are actually nervous about and scared about is the online booking. How do you let your patients have control? Honestly, you can have let the patients have control by putting guardrails.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's amazing how what a powerful tool it becomes. Like my staff currently, say you have a patient who cancels for an afternoon hygiene appointment. These days, hygienists are expensive.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to keep their appointments full because sometimes they don't know what to do with that time. And my staff barely ever make a phone call. We create a customer custom campaign in PBN or Practice by Numbers for those people who have wanted a hygiene appointment. And we sent out an email or a text with a link to book it online. And we do say that this is a first come, first serve. So whoever gets it, you get
I
it.
like
You
that.
create a little
FOMO,
promo.
hygiene appointment FOMO. Good job, Aditi.
Yeah,
Now,
it's fun.
I love this because this is the thing that reduces stress, reduces crying inside. Because you know what, dentists and hygienists and dental assistants and front desk team members, I'll leave the front desk out of it a minute because but especially assistants, hygienists, and dentists, when they have no patience, they get into trouble. They mess up things in the office, they go and bother people, and it's not good when those people do not have patience. So one is about the revenue, and two is about your sanity. So I love that. Now, you help practice owners at different ages and stages, but tell us how you really have options for the startup or the new practice, different than maybe my practice that has multiple locations. Talk about your pricing and how you're there for dentists at all stages of their journey.
Absolutely, Paul. Thank you for bringing that up. So, as you guys know, I have been a dentist who has been through literally every stage in a dental life. I have been an associate, I have opened two startup practices, and I have now am the owner and work in a large practice. And so, uh, how do we understand that growth and paying for things kind of come hand in hand?
I want to
I
share
know
with you, Aditi, just because I can. It's like being a parent. Like when you're a new parent, you're like, I can't believe this cost $300. Then you have a 10-year-old, like, I hope I get out of Sephora for less than $300. So my point is, like, as a startup owner, you have this feeling, some of it's facts, some of it's feelings that, oh my gosh, all this money's running out the door. All this money's this. And I love that you have created a way for startup owners to feel like, hey, you can get started with the magic of practice by numbers in an affordable way. So take us through that.
absolutely, absolutely, Paul. We decided at Practice by Numbers, we looked at our journey as a dental practice owner and saw that there are struggles initially, and how do we help combat those? Because we really want you to be an efficient dental practice business owner, and we created what we call modular pricing. which is you can come in as low as 249 a month, which will give
Cool.
you the basic stuff of basic analytics, will give you the communications, which are the things that you need, the cornerstone of a dental practice, at least in 2025. And then you can then add on services to that basic package as you grow. And I think that is the most important piece of it because you come in low and you that way you're not stressing
Yeah.
about, your practice. And then as your practice grows, you can add on all the bells and whistles that, come with owning and running a bigger and much more thriving practice.
I love that. And then you guys, as they grow, like I have 2 locations, other people have 4 locations. Can they also use the magic of practice by numbers for their multi-location?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm a multi-practice owner as well. I am currently sitting in one of my practices today and talking to you, Paul. So
Awesome.
it's definitely something that, was really important to me as a multi-practice owner as well, to be enabled enterprise. And so that we can look not only at analytics, but we can also, we have an app on my phone that I can switch between back and forth between the practices and monitor everything. So
Because that's what,
it's
what you share
amazing
there
what
is
we can.
there's so much dynamic challenges that happen in a dental practice. And if you don't have up to the date information, it's impossible to run your practice. I want to remind everyone they can text PBN to 215-543-6454. Get the awesome Nacho sponsor deal. But before I wrap up, I have a bonus question for you, Aditi. When did you graduate from dental school?
2003.
2002 for me. So both of us have been dentists for over 20 years.
So,
People watch this on YouTube, they watch it on Facebook. 7 months from now, someone be like, "Who's this person talking to Paul?" And if they heard you answer this question, what do you wish you told your younger practice owner self sooner? If you could go back in time and tap yourself on the shoulder, whether it's team management, whether it's not being cheap, whether you're going to make it, owning a practice is like having a 4-year-old child who never grows up that nobody helps you watch, right? So
yeah.
I just left an appointment and someone was talking about having a new baby and so excited. People come and help you. Nobody wants to help you with your practice, right?
Yep.
It's overwhelming. What would you tell a new practice owner? What would you tell your younger self, whether to inspire them? Think it's okay. I love this type of advice for our community.
Absolutely. Guys, it takes a village. It takes a village to raise your child. It takes a village to raise your practice.
Yeah.
And really understanding that you are not alone. There are resources out there and leaning on those resources. And you have to do the research, yes. But hey, you got to do the research for your kid, even when you're
Yeah.
picking out a car seat. So,
100%.
I mean, the same amount of research you put in picking out that car seat, you got to put in that same effort. But then once you have those resources and the help, I mean, the only way is up.
I love that. I do the research, get help from people who know what they're doing. Don't do it alone. Don't be dentist cheap. There's so many people out there who can help you. Thanks for being my friend. Thanks for being a sponsor. And thanks for sharing with us today, Aditi.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul, for the opportunity, of course, and for the great community that you've built because, Nachos, they're awesome. The
Thanks.
people are awesome and the team is awesome. So
I,
thank you for that.
I really appreciate it.